Imagine you are in a library, filled with shelf after shelf of books. They are all written in many different languages that are almost like your native language, but that are just different enough such that you can only, sometimes, get a general sense of what each paragraph is about. People who speak each language have told you that this book is really good, and that book is really good, but you do not see it that way. How could you? You do not speak the language. You need a translator, but not only this, you need a guide, someone to translate for you, as well as lead you through the work, to help you understand the work from different perspectives, what the story is about, who wrote the story, what the story meant to the time, place, and people from which it came. I intend to be just such a guide for my music students. I teach my students music as one teaches a language. This is because I do not want my students to become fast processors of Western music notation, but rather informed musicians. My students will learn to speak, read, and write. They will learn to speak in that they will learn to play their instruments, to produce music through them. They will learn to read in that they will learn to read music notation just as fluently as they read a newspaper. They will learn to write in that they will learn the structures at play: harmony, form, voice leading, counterpoint, orchestration. They will learn the architecture, how the music works, how the music is put together. In so learning to think analytically about music, students will come to appreciate all music. Through this perspective, they will form their own aesthetic, what they like and do not like, and they will realize that others may have very different aesthetics, and that this is a good thing. In allowing that such differences can coexist, the world becomes that much more interesting. All students will learn solfege, yes, even instrumentalists. The goal is to cultivate the ability to internally hear printed music in one's head. Since the ability to sing involves fluidity in hearing, pitch intervals, and the ability to reproduce them, developing it represents a closing of the gap between the music on the page and what one hears, and also between what one hears and what one can play. As such, it is a logical step in learning how to truly read music. To add to the analytical perspective, students will also learn the context of the music, how it fits into both music history and history in general. Students will learn how other music, time and place, and the life of the author relate to the music they are studying. They will understand that music is not, and never was, created in a vacuum. This perspective is transferable to many other subjects as well as to life in general. Our lives are so much richer if we can appreciate all of the beauty that is around us. This might be obvious. However, in the case of music, many people of the present need some help in appreciating the music of the past. So much music currently exists, from Bach to Beethoven to Brahms to Samuel Barber to Michael Bublé. In so many cases, the significance of this music is lost on modern audiences. What was common knowledge then is not common knowledge now. What was popular music then is certainly not popular music now. Today's audiences, today's students, do not understand. They need someone to guide them through the music, to help demystify it, to help them understand its function, its value, its beauty. I intend to be that guide for my students, to help them each form a solid foundation upon which can be built a lifelong relationship with music.